Someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did.
It happens so much in music where you might go and prepare a whole project to be launched, and then at the last minute something comes in and you're just like, nah, squash that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. And that actually happened to me on my very first album, you know. I mean, like, the single that was going to come out was supposed to be Battle Cry, actually the first single, and then at last minute T-Shirt comes in.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, switch, and then that became the first one. So with Put Me on Blast, we actually got another song that came in that we actually think is going to be more, I don't know, I guess the timing is better, and it's just gonna be better for what we're trying to do. And so we've decided, you know what, we're gonna use Put Me on Blast, do a bunch of remixes, and use that as like a buzz, sort of like a buzz single, not an official first single, but to buzz. We're gonna release it, online and get that like excitement. Like when you go on your Twitter or Instagram and you see like all of a sudden it's a trailer, like what? Somebody's new project is coming. So we're gonna use that sort of almost as like the theme song for the entire project itself, as opposed to just like a single, because we don't want to just be like, we don't want to just do this my new album as just like, oh, here's another album. We want it to be like a whole movement, a whole project, you know what I mean? So like it's almost going to be like my theme song, like my superhero song. But the new single is also is a DJ Khaled production, and it's really, really exciting.
Khaled is known for a lot of like pop anthems, and
club anthems, and that's why it's such an exciting thing to get to work with him right now, because like I said, a lot of my music is very mellow, and well, the music that I would say that gets released, because if you listen to my full albums, then you'll be like, oh, she does like up-tempo stuff too, but for some reason, my label always, they love it when I do. It's easy, it's a no-brainer, and they don't like to gamble, they don't like to risk anything. So it's like, if this is what's working, like, we're not. But the artist always feels like, no, I can do something else, and they're like, no, let's just play it safe, But they've reached a point where they realize this could be really, really big if we allow you to not just be stuck in one corner, but so long and short of it, they're like, you need to get in the clubs too.
Yeah.
You want to really be popping, you can't just be there when people are crying.
Yeah.
You have to be there when they're turn up, So that's what my manager, he's very, very insisting about this. He's like, you are not doing any more ballads for a minute.
So, October is coming up. Will you be here?
I am going out of my way. I'm making it my every greatest effort to be here for Crop Over. You don't understand, because obviously I got a little taste of it, last year, and then all my friends went to Carnival, and then so it's like no one has come off of that high yet. So they're already like in Crop Over mode, and Zulu just had a launch, and I'm just like, these costumes are amazing, and this music is gonna be so good, and I want to jump so bad. Like, I have not jumped in years, and I want to so bad. So I don't know, it's always so weird for me, because sometimes a part of me wishes and hopes. It's almost like you hope you can't make it, because it means that you're busy.
Yeah.
It means that you have a good reason to not be available. But at the same, and summer is always like a high point, for entertainment. That's where we generate the most money, like summer and Christmas. So you kind of like want to be able to take advantage of that time. So if I'm like in Barbados partying, I'm not anywhere working. So, but sometimes you just need to, you just need to put work to sleep and just rock on. Mm-hmm. So I really want to be here so bad. I was actually even trying to see if I could even, maybe write some songs or even contribute somehow to the music, and you never know. It's still not too late. I know some music has already started coming out, but you never know.
Oh, so there might be a possibility that we can hear a song penned by you. What about sung by you?
You never know. Strange things happen. Sometimes. You never know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Colors is still
Just
a
gonna
very
leave it
big
there.
favorite.
Huh?
Colors is still a very big
I
favorite.
know. I get real emotional when I hear it come on, or people use it a lot. I guess as backing music for stuff, and I'm just like, it's still alive. It was my very
independent.
yeah. I mean, I love it. It's exciting because that's like my first baby. You know what I mean? My very first one. That and roll. So
Wait a minute. How old is Colors? More than 10?
probably about that. Yeah.
Maybe it's 10 this
Maybe
year.
I should do a celebration. I should do like an anniversary. Hey, I need to talk to my management. Nah, that would be cool. I should do a 10-year. I'd call Natalie, and we should figure out some sort of anniversary celebration. That would be cool.
Now you're so busy. All these things are happening, which is great.
Yeah.
But what about your personal life?
It's so lame. My personal life is really quiet and boring almost. It's weird because I don't go partying or like if you see me out somewhere, it's usually work related, and if it's not, it's because I actually got to go with people that are actually my friends, and that's so rare.
Yeah.
And I just work so much that I don't even get time anyway, and when I'm not working, I just want to relax. So for me, how I would enjoy myself is if I'm in Barbados, I would just go to the beach with friends or whatnot, or I might go and have drinks somewhere, like right here at Lane Bar where we are, or something, or tapas or Mullins or whatever. But I don't get to see my family. I don't get to see my friends often. I have like nobody in my life. There's no boyfriend, no nothing. So right now, I mean, it's kind of weird. Because when you're at a phase where it's like you're talking to someone, but it's not really official yet, but it kind of is. So I have this little boyfriend that I'm talking to. This guy, his name is Theodis Beasley, actually. He's actually a professional skateboarder. And he rides for like Mountain Dew and Team Nike and all this stuff. And we actually met on the set of my video, and things sort of
Which video?
Put Me on Blast, which is the single I told you that we shot and we filmed in Venice. So, we kind of met on the set of the video and just became friends and started hanging out. And, we're in this really cute phase of sort of like dating and courting and whatnot, but it's kind of still, it's hard sometimes because he's West Coast and I'm East. I'm in New York and he's in LA, but we'll see where it goes right now, but we have a lot of fun.
Okay. Has he come to Barbados?
Not yet. He wants to come really bad. He's like, I want to see where you and Rihanna are from.
So cute.
Yeah, it's happy when you have someone in your life who can make you laugh and smile and, and that treats you good. But like I said, it's all really new and we'll see where it goes,
How new? How long have you guys been dating?
Like less than a year, you know what I mean? It's like only since we shot the video, so it's really new. And like I said, when we see each other, we have a lot of fun and we hang out and stuff, but it's complicated at times, when he's busy, he tours just like I do, they have to film things and film commercials and do interviews and photo shoots and go to events, and you're doing your thing on one coast and I'm doing my thing on another coast, and you have to hope that like, okay, I'm gonna run into you out here today or this week or whatever.
Cash money and young money.
Yep. Yeah, that is another exciting deal. Like I said, we're in talks right now because Cash Money, they're actually developing beyond just being a label. They're actually now doing the same thing that Rock Nation has done or has been doing, and they're sort of developing into something bigger than just a label. Now they're, a management company, a marketing company, and so I mean, they all, everything crosses over. They all tie into each other anyway. So the venture that I'm gonna be exploring with them at this point is not gonna be like a recording or music deal. Is probably gonna be more on the management side of things, like the business side of things that we're gonna be collaborating together. And like I said, it will mean that you will probably be hearing like a lot more of my music being linked or attached to that music group. which is pretty exciting. And normally, like if I'm doing interviews like this, there would be like some PR person that's there like to be like, remember you have to talk about this, and or like passing notes or like feeding you or something. So when it's just me talking, it's always like, what am I forgetting? I gotta remember, and it's hard, but
But I think we covered some good stuff. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that these things are happening.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really exciting, man. It really is. I just can't wait for everything to really come to the forefront so everyone can actually see. Because I know at home in Barbados, like everyone's like, they always want to know like, what's going on? And sometimes it's not always tangible. Like, you can't always see what's going on. But I mean, between all of us, myself, Jaco, Livy, Ree, obviously, even with Vita, there's like so much exciting stuff going on with Hal, everybody, like we all have like, real cool projects that, that are just taking us all over the world and like allowing us to make Barbados proud and represent. And it's just like so cool. I don't know. I just can't wait to see how much farther it's gonna go. It's really exciting. I'm happy for everybody, man. Honestly, this is like what we need.
It's true.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm going to tag this in because you have a meeting with BC.
Yeah.
What about promoting Barbados with your new ventures?
Well, I mean, anyone who knows me, or if you follow me or anything, you would think that I get paid to promote Barbados. You would, because my entire Instagram is like Barbados. It's like I can't help it. I'm obsessed with my home. I'm obsessed, and I want people to like know, so I can't help it. I like showing off Barbados, you know what I mean? And so it's just something that I do regardless. Like, you don't have to coax me or convince me or even pay me to do it. I'm gonna do it because not only is my duty, but I can't help it. It's like when you got something that you're fussy about, you just show off.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. That's how I am with Barbados, Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.